All right, here's the last review problem, and I'm going to show you two different ways you could do this. And I have a little insert from the book here at the bottom for the second way you could do it. According to the Census Bureau, 13% of American adults age 18 and over are Hispanic. I'm going to go ahead and underline that. 13%. I'm guessing that's going to be a P here because it's a probability. An opinion poll plans to contact an SRS of 1,200 adults. So again, that's kind of screaming N. So I'm thinking binomial here. What is the mean number of Hispanics in such a sample? What is the standard deviation? So this one's pretty easy, hence why I didn't do 12 either. In this one, the mean of a binomial, the formulas on your formula sheet is N times P. So NP here is the 0.13 times 1,200, and that gives you 156. And then the standard deviation is square root of NPQ, and if you do that, I believe, according to my answer key, you get 11.650. So that's the mean and standard deviation, and I'm ahead of myself, sorry. Before I did this, and you're going to need to just do this on the test. If I want to say something's binomial, I mentioned it out loud, you need to check bins. So to save time, I'm not going to write it out. I'll just say it with words, but binary, my two outcomes here are either Hispanic or not Hispanic. Independent, because this sample's being taken randomly, it's an SRS. No reason to believe one person's going to affect the race of my next person. N, there's a fixed number of trials, 1,200. And S, the probability of success for each trial is 0.13. So to get full credit on the quiz and on the AP exam, you must write that out. Because this is a video, I'm trying to save a little time. I'm not going to write it, but I think I have it on my answers that I posted earlier this morning. So then A, once you satisfy bins, you say the mean's 156 and the standard deviation is 11.65. Now there's two ways you can go from here, and I'll do the way most of you I think would choose to do it first. So part B, the probability, or should we be suspicious if the sample selected for the opinion poll contains 15% Hispanic? Meaning, should we be surprised if we get a probability, I didn't name this, let's just call it H for Hispanic. If we get a probability that H is greater than or equal to 0.15, should we be surprised? Or I can't say 0.15, sorry, let me rewind. I got to find 15% of 1,200. And that's going to give me 180. So should I be surprised if I get 180 or more? So I get this, I'm going to call it H again, greater than or equal to 180. And I could do this with binom CDF, where my lower bound is 180, and my upper bound is going to be 1,200, because that's the most people we have here. And, it doesn't ask it that order. Hold on, sorry, it's going to ask you for N first. So there's 1,200. P is 0.13. My lower bound here would be 180, and my upper bound is all the way up to 1,200. And if you do this in the calculator, you get 0.024. And that's correct. But there's a little bit different way I could do this, and we'll see this next unit. The next unit was sampling distributions. We did it first semester as well. And then this will look familiar. If this sample size is big enough, so 1,200, that's a big number, and the situation is binomial, I am allowed to use a normal approximation, meaning, well, I can say, not only is this binomial, but it's normal. So I could say this is same variable is normal with the same mean we calculated of 156 and the same standard deviation we calculated up here. And I could do a norm CDF to find the same problem. So 180 is up here. And if I do greater, my shading's above. And then if I would do a norm CDF instead, it would be 180 to George Sink, The mean we said was 156 and the standard deviation 11.650. And if you do that in the calculator, you get a probability of 0.020, which is almost the same or close enough to 0.024. So either of those will be okay for tomorrow, but I think this second part with the normal approximation will make a lot more sense in the next unit when we do sampling distributions for proportions, because really that's just a large scale binomial. All right, that's the last one from the FRQs. Just shoot me a remind message if you have any questions, and I will post the quiz probably late this afternoon or early this evening.